This is Wicked Roadie, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hey everybody and welcome. My name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben Castro. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us today. It is, we're getting close to the official start of summer is this week. We're right at that solstice thing.
The summer solstice,
the official start. We had the unofficial in May with Memorial Day, and it rained and was cold. So now that it's really summertime, although we had a few hot days last week. We did. And then the humidity's kicked in, so we've gone right from, winter to, to heck with you, it's summer, and here's the beauty. Here's the humidity. Love it or leave it.
Exactly. So, good old Rhode Island.
What's been going on in the world of the Larson family?
The Larson clan. So now that it is summer, I've started having my summer concerts with the American band. So that's been kicking off. So we had our performance at the Veterans Home this past weekend. We're gearing up for the John Brown House in Providence. Mm-hmm. That's going to be happening on the 29th. So lots of music, lots of, really patriotic stuff. 'Tis the season for patriotic music and flair. There's a bajillion flags all around my neighborhood. Oh, yeah. The whole state is gearing up for the Big Fourth.
It is, and it's funny because obviously I live in the East Bay, so that is like Fourth Central. I have Donna Falco joining me this week on carpooling.
Yep.
And she is the chairperson for the Bristol 4th of July Parade. And they've always said it's the oldest continuous 4th of July parade in the country.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, you got to take this a step further. Go Galaxy. Because there's no other continent that celebrates 4th of July. There's nobody else in the universe.
Rightly said.
So the largest continuous oldest 4th of July parade in the galaxy. And I'm just going with that. And so I that was my gift to them, my contribution, my creativity.
New marketing logo.
Absolutely,
I can see it.
Absolutely. It's an intergalactic celebration of the independence of the United States of America. Way to go, GW.
Who needs Guardians of the Galaxy when we have Ben Castro coming up with marketing?
That's it. We'll market this galaxy. Make it work.
So you've also had some other big things going on in your world.
Yeah, kind of released a book last week, so that's been the fun and the excitement. So Because Your Mommy Does CrossFit is officially out. It's officially online for sale, and so people have been buying it. We've been shipping them out, and it's fun. It's a kid's book.
Who's this book good for?
It is good for it's a kid's book first and foremost. So I mean, anybody really, if you're just reading to a child, and if they're anywhere under 2 years old, they really don't care what you read anyway. Yeah. So that's good. If you are a parent or a mom that does CrossFit, or know the stigma or the mindset around it, the culture of it, yes, that's a person who this really is for, but through the eyes of a child. So it was illustrated by a good friend of mine, Kristen Rabchak. She did a great job. Barrington Printing, located in Cranston, Rhode Island. They did all the printing. It was bound up in Boston. They actually put together with the hardcover. So it's
hyper local.
It is as local as we could possibly get it. Even the paper came from Pawtucket Central Paper or something like that.
I didn't even know we had a paper company.
We do have a paper mill here in Pawtucket. It is not Dunder Mifflin for those Office fans. Absolutely. So, but yeah, so it's up. It's available online. So people are buying it. So we'll see what happens as far as if there's going to be events that surround it. I've had some people ask, can we do a book signing? Can we do different events? Mm-hmm. So all that stuff is totally on the table. But for right now, we're just making sure that the online store is working and functioning. And like I said, we've shipped out a number of copies already, and we're looking to ship out a lot more. So
I love it. I'm so excited for you.
Step up and shop, people. Yeah. Step up and shop. So if you're listening while you're reading a good book like Because Your Mommy Does CrossFit, or if you're on the road working, getting other things done, just sit back, listen, and enjoy the episode. If you hear something that piques your interest, we'll have all the information for you in our show notes and on our website at wickedroadiepodcast.com.
As if that wasn't interesting enough, that our very own Ben Castro,
it's a published children's author.
Seriously, who would have ever thought? I know that you have another wicked interesting suggestion for this week.
Yeah, well, it's actually, it starts next week and goes for the next few weeks, and I feel like because we're coming on to that whole patriotic season, obviously Flag Day was last week, and we'll be going right through till July 4th. The Bristol 4th of July concert series. And people don't realize, they think the 4th of July is just the parade down in Bristol, which it is. It's huge. But really the parade is kind of the peak. That's like the grand finale.
Yes.
The fireworks are on July 3rd in Bristol. That was just a very smart move made by the committee a few years ago. Well, a number of years ago. They used to do the fireworks on at night on July 4th. And so everybody would cram to get into Bristol for the parade, leave, then cram to get back into Bristol for fireworks later that night because there was like, a 6-8 hour window. And it was absolute chaos and madness for traffic. And I live in Warren, so, we weren't too happy to lose access to Metacom Ave and Main Street, which are really, the lifeblood of the town.
Yes.
So the parade is the culmination of everything. They have a concert series that starts on Tuesday, June 20th, tonight. It is the day of the recording.
Yeah.
And we go right up through July 3rd. So starting, if we even go the day this releases, the East Bay Summer Wind Ensemble. Will you be there for that? Are you playing it this year? No,
nope.
That's not one of your bands. You got 15 of them.
I know.
So. But they'll have Michael DiMucci. He's a excellent, performer. They'll have jazz ensembles. Detroit Breakdown will be playing. They've got a country night. They've got the Blue Light Bandits. They've got the Becky Chase Band, Neil and the Vipers, Songs in the Attic, which is a Billy Joel tribute, which is unbelievable. He does a great job with that. They have the United States Air Force Heritage Americana Band.
Oh my gosh.
They've got Changes in Latitudes. That's the Sunday night before July 4th, and that is a Jimmy Buffett tribute band. Everything you would imagine about a Jimmy Buffett tribute band, that's what they do. So take that one. Steve Smith and the Nakeds, and then it ends with Six Wire, which is a great group out of Nashville. It's 5 veterans. They're touring, recording artists, and they just
awesome.
they rock it. And of course, obviously, the fireworks that culminate. But you've got literally 14 nights of live music, and here's the key: it's all free. Free. Each concert is free. They take a collection there. It's kind of like church. They pass the plate, but they. It's great. There's restaurants right nearby. There's places to get ice cream. You're right on Independence Park there in the waterfront. It's absolutely gorgeous. And, it's really not that hard to get there. And you could park at like a terrace school or, park a little ways away and carry a lawn chair down there. There's no seating. You got to bring your own chair or a blanket to throw out on the grass there. But it is excellent. So strongly recommend it. It's a great way to celebrate.
It's great for all ages, too. I mean, it is an awesome event for if your kids can stay up that late to watch the show because they can run around and dance around.
Oh, totally.
It's great for a free summer date.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but this is the season that I try to hold on to my pennies and find those free dates because we can in Rhode Island.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so great. So
totally.
Great idea.
Yeah, so that's happening. Like I said, it's going on now through July 3rd and obviously the parade on the 4th. So check it out. We'll have the links. It's the Bristol 4th of July concert series. So that's our wicked interesting pick of the next 2 weeks. And here's what's wicked fun in the 401.
We are going to be talking about another musical event.
Okay.
For those of you who haven't figured it out, Ben and I love music. We're both musicians. We take it seriously. And when there is free music in our state,
Beautiful thing.
It is an amazing, amazing thing. So I wanted to tell you this Saturday in Westerly. So we're trying to cover all different aspects of this little state of ours. You're going to want to head to Wilcox Park for another free event. And it is the Summer Pops in Westerly. There's a 6 p.m. pre-show, and then 8 p.m. is the main big show. But I want to tell you a little bit about this. So 6 p.m., there's going to be a vocalist, Laura Downing. There's going to be the Westerly Morris Men, the Narragansett High School Jazz Band. And then at 8 p.m., it's going to just be like unbelievable. The Chorus of Westerly, they're going to be performing. This group is awesome. Wow. This is such a quality vocal ensemble. It is directed by Andrew Howell, who I went to URI with, and I'm just so excited to see him blossom in this role as well. But people from all around our state, travel down to Westerly, which is no easy feat if you live in...
it's a ride.
It's like that little hidden nook in Rhode Island. They travel there to rehearse and be a part of this ensemble. It is incredibly strong. They're traveling, I'm pretty sure, to like Germany later this summer because they're so good that people around the world want to hear them. So this is a free concert. As I said, show starts at 6 p.m. For the pre-show. The main show is at 8 p.m. They're going to have an intermission. Another great event where you can bring your lawn chair, bring your dinner, bring your kids, bring your family. This is like summer park performances are one of the real gems, I think, in Rhode Island for people.
We've done such a great job with I should say you and I, but the state has done such a great job at securing a lot of these parks and, really making them gorgeous, from state parks to city, municipal parks, even, little community groups. They have such great areas. And when you can do it by the water, it's even better because you get that nice cool breeze, especially as the sun starts to set and everything. You don't get a ton of bugs out there. It works out really, really well. There's going to be fireworks at this one. Oh, okay, even better. I know. There you go. Bring the earplugs for the kids. Exactly. So when is that? That is Saturday night, starting at 6, and then the main concert, the main performance is at 8. Awesome. Well, hey, listen, if you're up in the northern part of the state, something not so patriotic. But I shouldn't say it like that because it's not anti-patriotic. It's a princess painting event at the Pea Pottery in Cumberland. I'm like, what could it be? It's tyranny. It's Sunday, June 25th from 9 to 3 p.m. You can come and paint pottery with live princesses. So the princess. So you're not just painting, right? You're painting with a princess. With a princess, with an actual princess. You can wear your princess gown. Yep. Take pictures. And they'll obviously ask questions, love advice for kids. It's all great. Yeah. So, but it's happening from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is something that you should be looking to book an appointment for. Okay. The pricing is very, very reasonable. $22 per person. You get that includes your pottery, that includes your time with the princesses. That you're going to be there for a while. Yes. So that's very, that's a great. That's a great all-inclusive there. Plus, you get reuse of that Halloween costume that you've either already purchased or you're using from last year. I feel like everywhere, whether you go to Disney on Ice, whether you go to, the Paw Sox are doing a Princesses and Pirates Night. Cool. I feel like all these places are just really catering, which is great. But you can do all that stuff. Plus, you can do face painting and all sorts of different things. That's going to be going on all day. But again, get online. We will have the link on our stuff because you're going to want to reserve your spot. Yes. Because this will probably sell out, if not be close to it by the time you get a chance to listen. But either way, the Pea Pottery up in Cumberland does a ton of events all the time. What a cute name! It's a really hip little place. A lot of people like it. A lot of people go there. So check it out. And so this event specifically is happening on Sunday, June 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Perfect. What else is happening? Friday night. So we haven't talked anything about Friday yet. We've got your Saturday covered, your Sunday covered. So this Friday night, I want you to head to East Providence to go to the Crescent Park Carousel because they are going to be having movies in the park. This is another great thing that's been popping up a lot throughout our state. And this Friday, it's going to be the movie Sing, which is pretty much an animated version with animals of kind of like American Idol. So it's all pop songs and there's famous actors who portray, whose voices are these animals, but there's like pigs and elephants. And I cannot stop listening to Elton John because one of the songs, like it's not just current top 40. You're going to, if you haven't seen Sing yet, trust me, you're going to find a couple of songs in it that you're going to like. So that takes place at 8 p.m. because, of course, we have to wait for the sun to go down a little bit. Right. Another free event, though. That's great. Lawn chairs, blankets, bring a picnic dinner, bring the kids, great, easy, fun movie. And that's once again at the Crescent Park Carousel. And this is going to be an ongoing series. Is the carousel, it's open, right? People can go like take a ride on it, right? Correct. It was closed for a little while. Then they had to do some fundraisers to refurbish it and whatnot. So it's open, it's running. It's back in action. Perfect. Even better. Go get yourself a golden ring. Here's a little bit of a different event. The Providence Art Club on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. is opening 3 exciting new exhibitions. I am so glad you said Sunday because I'm going to a wedding there on Saturday. And when I saw Providence Art Club, I was like, oh no. You got to remember, Yeah, this is going to be, but okay. It's going to be a crazy weekend. I actually have a wedding to go to on Saturday in Newport. Yeah. At the Fort Adams State Park. And, Newport on the first official summer weekend, I'm sure it's just quiet. Easy. Yeah, absolutely. Zip-ins about Probably just, yeah, absolutely. Love the family. It's on view is going to be the Maxwell Mays Gallery Captured Life Through the Lens of Bonnie P. Jaffe, Mark Jaffe, and Eileen McCarney Muldoon. And that's going to feature the photography of 3 talented photographers.
Yeah.
It's just a totally different exhibit there.
And they're local photographers, which is even better.
That's huge. And then there's going to be another gallery by Mary Castelnuovo, and that'll be the Jim Bush New Works Gallery. And it'll feature some recent paintings of his, nautical themes by a Rhode Island painter right there. And then in the Dodge House Gallery, Joan DeRuggius and Judy Scugriff-Pripp. Sorry to that family for botching their names, but they they have some really diverse works in painting and mixed media with a really cool sense of like depth and texture and everything. The artist will be on hand on Sunday, so if this is something, this is really cool. Probably not best for kids.
Nope.
So leave them outside, just with a bowl of water or something.
There you go.
No. They will have light refreshments and stuff, but the artists will be on hand to discuss their works between 2 and 4 p.m. So again, the galleries of the Providence Art Club are always free and open to the public. This is just another way to connect and learn more and build a relationship with these artists because they do such amazing work.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that is a great idea, and I definitely want to go check that out. So our next recommendation is, I just feel like I need to add some music, but this is totally different. So maybe I'll do, this one again. We usually have it for our Wicked Tasty suggestions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel I'm hungry now, but that's you can get food while you're down there.
Okay, tell me.
It's Artisans by the Beach. It's Wednesdays in Narragansett next to the Towers. Each week, every Wednesday night from 5 to 9 p.m., local artisans and artists will be down there displaying and selling their original works. You can find pottery, photography, jewelry, woodcrafts, painting, and much more. There's usually over 10 artisans each week, and there's booths available as well for nonprofits and community organizations. So if you're interested, obviously we'll have the link in our notes, but it's right across from the ocean on Ocean Road. You can't beat it for a stroll. You can do some shopping locally. Folks, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Tell me.
But Christmas is 6 months and 4 days away, or 3 days away, or 2 days away, depending on when you listen to this.
Excited.
Absolutely. Now's the time to start getting those holiday gifts. If there's something you got to ship, because you start looking and, okay, maybe you're not going to buy it right then. But if you make that connection and you find the artist and say, okay, listen, I'm going to get this from you a little later, they'll be thrilled. And you can support Rhode Island local artists and art and then, of course, obviously, the walk down there is gorgeous. You can go to the Coast Guard House and grab a beverage or a bowl of chowder or some clam cakes or something. They have ice cream shops right nearby. Maybe you want to go to Warm Winds and pick up a surfboard too while you're at it. It's all good. I just love that you titled this segment Wicked Artsy, but instead of doing artsy ARTSY, you did art-SEA because it is by the water. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from galaxy to seas, I can take it all. So I love it. Folks, as we said in the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadiepodcast.com. And I should mention that a lot of the events that we've been talking about recently are recurring events. So if you go back a few episodes and you hear some of the things like the food truck festivals or like the events like the Artisans by the Beach, these are ongoing stuff. So our website just loaded with information right now. Yes, exactly. So you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We love to be social. We love to see your pictures of these events. And here's something that I would love. I'm going to challenge you. Those of you who are listening, if you're going to an event that we mention, I want you to write on Facebook or Instagram, say, I heard about this event through Wicked Roadie. Yeah. Because we need your help to spread the word about this podcast. The best way to let others know about podcasts is word of mouth. Absolutely. So if you've had fun watching this, listening to it, tell a friend. Absolutely. For advertising and sponsorship information, you can email us at wickedroadiepodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Mary Larson. I'm Ben Castro. And you've been listening to Wicked Roadie. We'll have more for you next Thursday. Bye.